What's going on, guys? Mr. DIY Tech coming at you today with another video of something that I just found along the road here. It is a snowblower. Right away I knew what was wrong with it. The family was getting rid of it. It wouldn't run anymore, and I knew right away it was the carburetor. So I tore it apart. It looked like just ooze, gooey stuff inside. It was all nasty, and the seal where the needle goes up in to stop the fuel from flowing down was just completely gone. So I got online, $15, new carburetor. And the other problem with this machine, they're missing 2 shear pins. So this side of the auger, they didn't even spin. So whenever you're in this kind of a situation, the best thing to do is grab 2 Chinese butter metal, like the cheapest bolts you can find that'll fit in there, and put some lock nuts or some washers, whatever you got to do to make them so they won't come off, and put them in there, because they're super cheap, they're everywhere, and they're going to shear long before the actual shear pins do, and it'll protect your machine and the gearbox and everything else, and they're still strong enough to handle deep snow and everything else. But if you hit something, you need them to break. Otherwise, you're going to break your gearbox or something back in behind, and then you're going to have some problems. So don't throw your machine away just because the carburetor is bad and it doesn't want to run. Also, that kit came with a new spark plug, a new shutoff, and a new primer bulb. So for $15 off Amazon, shipped to my house, 2 days because I have Prime, I had this thing up and running, no time at all, maybe 15 minutes worth of work. The other thing I wanted to show you guys, this isn't my idea, but it is genius. So if you look in behind here, I can fit my fingers in the gap here in the chute. Now this is a 2-stage snowblower, but the single stages are kind of the same way. And they clog up because of that gap in there. If you get into some real heavy slushy snow, this will just clog up in there because it's not actually scraping the sides to throw the snow out the chute. It's just kind of laying in there and just kind of just clogging up. So what I did here is I took 2 pieces of silicone. I doubled them up. I doubled them up, and then I drilled 2 holes in my paddle, put them in there, and I just tightened them down with some lock washers. Now they scrape the side. You don't want them scraping too much. You don't want it being a problem and vibrating whenever you run the machine. But you just want it touching just a little bit so it actually scrapes and cleans that out and throws the snow away. You can also do this with a single stage snowblower. The single stage means that this right here just throws the snow right out of a chute, normally right behind it. There's a flat piece right in the middle of the auger that scrapes the back of the housing here. If you put a piece of rubber there on that flat piece, that'll act as the same thing, and it'll self-clean it while it's running, and then throw the snow out so it doesn't clog up. Because if you've ever snowblown for any amount of time, you know you have to clean the chute out, and it just jams up, and it's miserable. I'm used to using snowblowers that don't have this fancy little tool on them. But again, it's not my idea, but I wanted to share it with you. It's a really, really neat idea, and it actually works pretty well. You have to do all 3 of the paddles. Some of these have 4, but this particular one has 3. It took me like 20 minutes. So the other thing I want to talk about was tire chains. These are so easy to make. Don't buy any from the store. I mean, unless you have 0 skills, yeah, sure, go buy them, but chances are, see how big these treads are? If you buy the tire chains at R4 snowblowers off anywhere like Amazon, eBay, stuff like that, they're so small. They actually get down in the treads, and they're not doing you any favors. So I got a little bit bigger chain that sticks up through the tread, and that should work just fine. I'm going to make a video of how to make your own. For a snowblower, you don't even have to weld them. You just bend the links back together. But I'll do a separate video on that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how much this machine cost new, but I'm sure it was probably a lot. And they threw it away over 20 cents worth of bolts and a $15 carburetor. So think before you throw stuff away, especially if you're going to spend this much money. If you don't know what you're doing, just get on YouTube. There's all kinds of videos like this one right here. So I'm going to put the chute back on, get this thing ready to go. It's going to start snowing here in Pennsylvania soon, and I want to be ready. So till next time, you guys have a good one. Be safe out there.